The program presented or submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Today Entrepreneurship. I'm with a very cool person here from Sean Hammond, the retired man from Texas Professional Retirement. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
It's great to see you, Sean.
You too.
So tell me a little bit about your business. How did you get started? Where did your passion started in helping out people for their retirement?
Well, I started 15 years ago, January of '04. Began with a debt planning company. So we would go in and we would globally look at debt, and that would include retirement planning as well.
Okay.
So we would do debt plans, show folks how to get out of
So
debt,
it's just
including the mortgage. So
it's all just kind of rolled into retirement, because when you're planning for debt, the next step is always what I'm going to do when I'm not working.
that's correct, yes.
Okay. So I believe I've read somewhere, someone my age, about 30 years old, is going to have to save up somewhere around $2 million when I reach 65 if I want to live another 20 years. How would I do that? Where would I start?
Well, most folks today, pensions are kind of a thing of the past, unfortunately. Now, we can create a pension, but most companies don't offer pensions anymore. It's usually just a 401k.
And that's not enough, is it?
It can be. There is market volatility there, so you got to watch that. Make sure that you're being conservative. I'm definitely conservative in my approach.
Okay, so I believe you do a comprehensive approach. Go in a little more detail about that. How do you vary out your portfolios?
Well, what we do now, I got away from the debt planning.
Okay.
Went from that company and went independent. They did some things that I felt were not good for the clients, so I left. And also, to be honest with you, doing the debt planning, most people don't want to make the changes necessary to get out of debt.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was kind of wasting my time.
It's a lifestyle change, right?
It is. There's 2 Cadillacs in the driveway. $70,000 in consumer debt, for example. Never going to get out of debt.
Yeah.
Credit cards maxed. And I go in and show them, okay, we just freed up about $1,000 a month. Get rid of the Cadillac and the Escalade, and take that money, put it toward the debt. And I showed them how to pay off their house. I believe that client was about 8 years.
Yeah.
We can't sell the Cadillacs. Okay, well, you're not going to get out of debt then. So that was kind of, I felt like I was wasting my time showing these folks how to do it, but they really didn't want to do what it took to get out of debt. So I stayed with just the retirement portion of what we did, and that's what we do now.
Okay, so it's best. It's always best story. But you can also help people out if they're in the 40s and if they haven't really thought about retirement until they got married. Because a lot of single guys, we don't think about planning until we have a family.
Sure.
If I'm in, let's say, 35, and I got just a little 401k, I got some money in the stock market, where can I go from there?
Well, the 401k, we would roll that over, and rolling that over, it becomes an IRA. Tax status.
How easy is that? Then
it's easy.
Okay, so
it's quick and easy.
I won't have to worry. And how would that change me for tax? Would it benefit me any? Is it going to? Am I going to get more of a refund if I go ahead and roll it over?
No, nothing will really change tax-wise. The tax code will change. An IRA is just the tax code, so it will become an IRA. Still grows tax deferred like a 401k does. Some of the maximums that you can put in will change at that point, though. 401k, you can put in much higher amounts per year than you can in an IRA.
Okay.
But definitely, if you're looking to get away from any market risk or market loss, we would want to roll that out of there into your own IRA to get it away from the market.
Okay. So So do you believe that the market is inefficient right now or efficient?
I would say efficient, but from my standpoint, there's, the market and stock guys will say, you have to do it. You have to be in the market. You got to take the ups and the downs. Well, you really don't. There's other ways of doing it more conservatively. Now, they badmouth those of us that do
Even if
the non-market risk stuff. And I've had opportunities over the years, some pretty big job opportunities to do the stock market, and it just can't do it. I mean, I don't know how somebody sits across from the table from someone who's about to retire. For example, I had a client, her dad had $1 million in his 401k.
Yeah.
Overnight, lost $250,000. Couldn't retire.
That hurts.
He had to keep working.
Well,
Couldn't retire, so if we move that out of there, we can preserve and protect that money and create a pension, a lifetime payout that you can't outlive. Those things are very important.
Yeah, and it will kind of prevent another 2008 issue when everybody lost a life savings. And I know a lot of people who will a year or two from retirement
That's
end
right.
up had to work longer or even go back to work.
That's right.
So, how about if we did something like that? If I'm a 56-year-old man and the stock market just crashed, how can you help him out? How can you build up his portfolio?
Well,
again?
the first thing we would want to do, again, is get it away from the market.
Okay.
Get it out of there. There are ways where we can kind of boost that in the beginning a little bit to help recover some of that money, but a stock mutual fund guy will tell you their language is, you'll get that money back. Well, no, you won't. Once that money's gone and you've lost it, you might make new money, but you never get the money back that you've lost. You never get it back. It's gone.
So even if the market is efficient, you always have that higher, greater risk to lose it. And
Absolutely.
And the question is always, is the risk worth the reward? And
Yes.
your approach is a lot more the steadier and conservative, and so you still end
That's
up
right.
with probably the same amount of money. It's just you won't have the high risk.
Well, you can never predict it, but you work hard for your money. You hate to see it go down.
No.
And personally, you're gambling your money in the market.
Yeah.
So, and there are other ways of doing it to save for retirement, to preserve it and protect it from those market losses, especially if you're 50 years or older.
Yeah.
It's essential that you're not in the market from my standpoint, because you're getting close to retirement, and that's one of the reasons we see nothing against them, but we see little old ladies sometimes working at Walmart or places like that, because what's happened.
And none of us want our mothers or grandmothers out there and working at that age.
That's right, and not only from the market losses, but also if you don't set up a lifetime payout like a pension, where people are living longer. Some people are running out of money. They think they're prepared, but they run out of money. So what we want to do is set up that pension payout that'll pay you the rest of your life no matter what. Even if you exhaust your principal, you still get those monthly payments, you and your spouse, so that you can continue to live during retirement and not have to go back to work when you're 90 years old.
Oh yeah, I've seen those people before. Sadly,
Yes.
they were professional all their life, retire, ran out of money, and then I saw them trying to go back to work, and no one wants to hire them at 90 years old, unfortunately. So you told me we can prevent that just by prepping.
Yes, the portion of running out of money, yes, we can eliminate that by setting up a lifetime payout or a pension. So, and even folks that have a pension, a lot of people don't think they can move that pension because today's pensions are locked. Yeah. So when somebody starts their pension, say it's $3,000 a month, it's locked at that point. They can't do anything else with that. They can't touch the principal. They can't do any of those things. So if we move that pension out, we can still get the lifetime payout like that with our own pension, but you still have options where you can touch the principal in 10 years if you want to. Or
who knows what inflation has in store for us. So maybe $3,000 won't be enough in
it might not.
40,
That's right.
50 years.
And some of that depends on lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, house is paid for, cars are paid for, you live conservatively. Some people can live on $5,000 a month.
Now,
other people have a much higher lifestyle. $5,000 a month is not enough. Yeah. So that's why we want to plan early. And what we can do is say, okay, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million or however much, we can plug those numbers in and say, okay, here's exactly the amount you're going to make per month the rest of your life. If that's comfortable for you, this is the dollar amount you're going to need for that to happen.
Because
so we can predict it and plug those numbers in.
Because all in the end, it's just about your lifestyle and what do you want to do in your retirement? Do you want to go and drive cross country? You want to enjoy your retirement, or do you want to be still working?
Sure.
Also, I remember going back to when we were talking about market risk. I remember back in college, you may know of this study. There was another college that did a study. They took trained monkeys and they took stock markets and they put a bunch of pegs with stocks, and each monkey took one stock, and it did just as well as the
Really?
professional broker.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, and that's what I always tell people, no matter how well-intentioned a stock market guy is,
You never know.
he doesn't know. He can't predict the markets.
No.
Guys will tell you they can predict the markets. They can't. And especially today, the markets are so
Crazy.
emotional. I mean, if the president gets a hangnail or something like that, what happens? The market goes down.
Yeah.
Any little thing in the market goes down. So
It's unfortunately the market system has gotten so high tech, and it just reads every little thing.
Sure.
And that's what's so volatile. I mean, I believe it's up at an 80-year high, but
It
who
is.
knows if that's a bubble.
that's right, and we're due for a market downturn anytime.
Yeah.
We haven't had one in several years, so
is-
on average, it's about every 5 years, and we're overdue.
Okay.
So that's why it'd be good, if you got an old 401k sitting there or an IRA or something from an old job, to move that out of there, get it out of the market, and
So let me talk a little bit more about you. So when I am going in retirement, I'm definitely not going alone when I'm talking with you. You're going to be there every step of the way. And
Sure.
So if I have, maybe I read something on Economics Today about REITs, I can actually call you up and talk to you about it. So no matter where you are.
Sure, and once you're going into retirement, and once we get away from the market, you don't have that daily, oh my gosh, what's the market doing today, where you're stressing, looking at it, because you know that you're not going to lose one penny in the market. Once we move it out of the market, you're not
So it's
at
just-
risk for
it's
that
just
market loss anymore.
So it's just
So-
a gain. So I could even essentially I could possibly live a better life than I was before I retired.
Even stress-wise, sure, you're not worried about your money every day.
Yeah.
And it's important to put it with the right companies as well. And one of the strongest ones that we use at Texas Professional Retirement Services has been around since 1906. Very strong company, over 110 years.
And that.
So
So just quick question. We're about to head out. Where can they find you so we gotta go see a retirement man?
Sure.
How can I get in touch with you?
well, you can either call us at 936-447-0113 or on the web, txproretirementservices.com.
It was so nice meeting you, Sean.
I appreciate
It's
it.
good
to
to
meet
see
you.
you. Good. So great having you here.
Appreciate it,
It's
man.
awesome to see you again, and I wish you well in the near future.
Appreciate it, man.